you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
After a long two-week build-up here in the Bay Area, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for football here at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway on Sunday Night Primetime. And how about this for a start? This is out of bounds. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Herbert off of play action. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here we go on fourth. Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at second down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from it. Incomplete pass.
Now it's second and 10. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Steelers first down.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
First down, Pittsburgh.
A handoff for Warren. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Up 2nd and 2.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Aaron Rodgers sacked. A 10-yard loss on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Get 300. Get 300.
3rd and
Take
long.
30. Look at you.
On the give, it's Warren. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. That is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Warren, touchdown, Pittsburgh. So a great start. They force the turnover on the other side and then take it down the field on their first drive and finish it off with a short touchdown run.
Nice and efficient, excellent job blocking, finds the gap and barrels into the end zone. Great way to finish off that drive.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Steelers will line up.
Rodgers will throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
380. Run. 380. Run. 380. Run.
Here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Set. Black 80. Black. Set.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. A gain there of 21 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Herbert back to the air. That one complete to McConkey. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Go.
Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
Set. Set.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
A gain of 19 yards.
We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. It's a close game here early on. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play.
Set. Delta. 21. Set.
Hampton. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Set. 380.
He'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Will Disley there to make the grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away from taking the lead in this Super Bowl. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
There's no rest to my shut it down. Whatever I get your money out. Believe it or not, put money down. I'm betting the odds on all of us. I do it for all of my people now. Who did on everything that I love. Church. Yeah, on everything that I love. Nothing that come above.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now we go from angry and mad to happy and glad to find a solution for us. We go from sorry and sad to ready to grab a Let's get to the fun. I want the money to have.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Oh, he fakes a spike. But it's not going to work. He'll go down, and they got him. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And that'll be caught. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. DK Metcalf, 67 yards. And the Steelers have regained the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
I'll go over here.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
50.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers.
It's funny to me because we actually keep the football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was
You
down
would
there?
not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Herbert changing things up. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short throw to Disler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Herbert. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return. This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Drops this one down to Gainwell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
And the Steeler first down.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, that is incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here's Rodgers to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So this offense able to convert on 4th. And now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kenneth Gainwell. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.